World Championship semi-finals here in Birmingham. My name is Anthony McLaughlin from the Irish Post newspaper. With me on co-com is Patricia Morrison, the president of the British LGFA. Patricia, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Raring to go see all these games today.
Yep. Our referee Mark McLaughlin from the John Mitchels Club here in Warwickshire, just getting everybody ready and set up. Our two teams today. We have the new London Intermediate Champions, Round Towers. They're in the blue, attacking the goal to our left. And they're playing John Mitchels of Liverpool. They're in the white with the gold hoop and the blue shorts. And they're going to the goal. Actually, yeah, they're going to the goal on the right-hand side, I think, if I'm reading that right. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a tight game between Dunedin Connolly's and themselves in the Northern British Championship. I think they had a good lead, and then I think Dunedin came back and got them in the last few minutes.
And we're underway. It's the new London champions, first time since 2018, I believe. They went over to Connell Gales a couple of weeks back, setting up this semi-final. Our other semi-final comes later today, up in Newcastle at 2 o'clock throw-in. And that's still Connell Gales against the North of Britain champions, Dunedin Connolly's. And the winners of these two semi-finals will meet in the All-Britain final. Meanwhile, here go John Mitchels. Susan McGarvey sends the ball down the channel for Laura Roberts. And the corner forward from Eden Dork. Shakes someone off. Still has the ball. And our referee pulls it back. Free in for Mitchels. Quickly taken. Nice hand up from Roberts. In for Louise Curley. And there is the first score of the half. Louise Curley gets John Mitchels ahead.
Yeah, it was a bit of patience to get that, and they held it up well. So well done. Good first score. Get on the board to settle all the nerves.
Yep. The Dunamine full forward from Monaghan. Gets us underway. Now, what can Round Towers do? It was a comprehensive win for them in the London final against the Connell Gales, 4-8 to 5 points. They beat last year's All-Britain finalist Parnells in the semi-final of that competition.
Yeah, I think both the semi-finals were a shock to some people in London, being Holloway Gales and Parnells both knocked out in semi-finals, both who were All-Britain finalists last year.
Yep.
So,
and there is a good reply from Round Towers as Jennifer Sheehan gets them on the board.
Two very strong teams out there today. I don't think it'll be a runaway game.
And we'll just quickly recap on the teams from Round Towers. As they just come down this near side. In fact, we'll just break off. John Mitchell's coming along down here on this near side. That's well intercepted. Yeah, well intercepted by Roisin Kelly. Roisin Kelly from Mayo playing at 11 with Aileen McGill and Jennifer Sheehan either side of her in the half forward line. Laura Folds and Lorraine Power playing 8 and 9 in the engine room in the midfield with Rebecca Considine from Royal Girls in Meath lining out at 6. With Roisin Hogan and Emma Clark either side of her. And Emma Sayers lining out at fullback for Round Towers this afternoon. Michael Maher, the London Inter-County manager, is part of the Round Towers selection team, the management team. And here come Liverpool down this near side. Gives it to Susie McGarvey. And Eve Faulkner.
Holding it up well there.
And that one was well worked by John Mitchels, but slightly off target, their first wide of this semi-final. And just to recap on the Mitchels team: 3 for Moville and Donegal. The two McGuinnesses, 10 and 11, with Niamh Skelly behind them in midfield. Louise Curley, as I said, from Dunnermoyne in Monaghan, lines out at full forward with Laura Roberts and Suzanne McGarvey either side of her. Aoife Murphy lining out at 6 with Maeve O'Hare from Louth and Catherine Hamill, the 2 wing backs. And the Galway woman Sinead Purcell in at fullback. They were here this time last year in an epic of a semi-final against Holloway Gales. It was Holloway Gales that won that. And they'll be hoping to go one better on this occasion. And they've given away a free here in midfield, and it's back with Round Towers. A run by Folds, on to Sheehan. Back with Sheehan. Comes across on this near side. Has Folds in space. Gives it back for it on Devine.
They're managing to hold it up well. Got a strong John Mitchell's defence there, but they're holding the possession well against the wind.
Yeah, it's a bit of a breezy day here in Birmingham, but thankfully we have blue skies after 2 or 3 days of absolutely horrendous torrential downpours. A little bit of an advantage on an all-weather surface. And here's a chance for John Mitchels. They're in round the back, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Louise Curley with the first goal of the game.
There was a great run up there with Aisling McGuinness coming through, number 11. Very strong. Popping it off inside. Very well done.
Okay, Sinead Coyle, no chance with that one. It's an early advantage for the Lancashire champions. And here they go again. It's back with Curley. Gives it out and gives it to Karen McGuinness. And the Maville girl gets a second goal for John Mitchels.
2 good scores to help them settle and get into this, get their advantage up before they have to go against the wind themselves.
Yeah.
I don't see Round Towers lying down for this there. I think.
And they're back in again. It's back with McGarvey, gives it off. That's an excellent save. Excellent save of Sinead Coyle. We're only 7 minutes in, but that could be crucial already, because a third goal at this stage would have been serious trouble for Round Towers.
Sinead is down at the minute now, so you get a bit of treatment. Hopefully it's nothing serious. She's back up anyway.
Just taking stock of this wind. It's a slightly diagonal wind coming in behind us, but it is in favour of John Mitchels in this first half. Here they go again. Curley hands the ball off over to McGarvey. And that is now a 7-point lead for John Mitchels. Two goals and 2 points plays a point. We're into the 9th minute of the game.
So Round Towers work this up now the line. They have it there with Roisin Hogan carrying it up.
And away goes Sheehan. Looking for help. And Towers recycling the ball. Handing it out on that far side for Stephanie Dunn. It's going to drop though. And there's a chance there for Shauna Ryan, but there's an excellent block. And Mitchells can come away with it. And there's a bit of space for them to exploit if they want to use it. Just a question of whether Faulkner can get there. She'll win a free. Just hear Michael Maher on the far side giving out instructions.
Nice long ball in there.
McGuinness sends it over to Niamh Skelly. Maville to Maville. But that one's going to slice off the boot and wide.
Good kick across the pitch, unfortunately. Didn't go where she wanted it.
9, 10 and 11 for John Mitchels from the Maville Club in Donegal. Now then, what can Round Towers do with this one? Nalene Conway wasn't letting them through that time. It's all a little bit static for Round Towers, but that is a good ball through into space. There's plenty of room to exploit here if they want to use it. But unfortunately that one is dropped to the right and wide from Niamh Foley. From the Moyle Rovers Club in Tip.
That's a good kick out there
Yeah,
from
Jenny Nolan.
Mitchells, yes. She found her player easy.
Yeah. And Faulkner being watched. Sends it on through.
A few too many steps there. She was looking up and took the extra one or two. Short pass there now as they try and work it out.
This one's going to drop. Going to drop into the hands of Skelly.
That wind didn't let it go as far as she intended.
Faulkner wins a free. It's taken quickly. Into Conway. Looking to get it back on her right foot. Instead gives it off to Curley. Curley sends one up in the air. And that one tails off to the left and wide. And I can imagine, Patricia, David Adati and Catherine Milligan will be happy with this start from their team.
Yeah, I don't think you could have asked really for much more. They've really come out guns blazing, and I don't think they want to go out like they did last year. They want to make it to this All Britain Provincial Final, and they've got a good start. It'll be beneficial to them going into the second half where they're going to be against the wind. They seem strong and confident on the ball.
Here's Laura Folds for Round Towers. Gets it back into space and brings it over halfway. She's looking for runners. There's not a lot of movement ahead of her.
She has a lot of space. She's done a great run there.
Back to Devine.
Hold it up.
And that one's going to drop in.
Ooh.
And almost dropped into the net.
Absolutely. Corner forward there.
Yeah,
across.
chance for Shauna Ryan. Got a foot to it. Couldn't quite turn it into the net.
Good recovery from John Mitchels, getting it back out again. Come down this near side again.
Yeah. Maeve O'Hare. As well intercepted by Valerie Sheehan. Sorry, make that Emma Sayers. I'm reading the wrong number. Never mind. The main thing is here come Round Towers. And it is with Sheehan. Just has Sayers on her shoulder. There's a ball from Roisin Kelly. Over on the far side to Niamh Foley as the wind starts to pick up here.
It's a strong breeze coming through there now, so it is. Penalty. He didn't think about that one, did he?
For a second I thought that was brave defending, but our referee Mark McLaughlin from the Warwickshire County Board has given a penalty here for Round Towers and a chance for them to get back into this game.
My eyes off the ball there now for a second, so I couldn't see what it was actually for.
No, it looked a little bit of a 50-50. It was a coming together, but he's ruled in favour of the attacker there.
moment now for Round Towers. They need this as the time is ticking down in the first half.
Yeah. Just about at the midway point of the half.
Lingus plane flies overhead.
Yep.
She's back up. Both girls seem to be on their feet.
Yeah. And it's the Carlo corner forward, Stephanie Dunn, who looks like she's going to take this one. It's Dunn against Nolan. Who's going to win it? Oh, she didn't get it at all. It's gone to the right and wide. There's a big let off for John Mitchels.
Round Towers won't be happy with that, unfortunately. They needed that to settle and to get them into this first half. But they're back at it again.
There's still plenty of time in this one.
Okay, I think we're all good there now.
Excellent block there from Mitchells. They come away with the ball.
It's a great pass, good running.
And they win the free. And they've come away with two occasions there for Round Towers in front of goal. One from a penalty and one from Shauna Ryan. So far, Jenny Nolan's goal is intact. And they still lead by 7.
Mr. McLaughlin is putting his stamp down on that pitch, with the management from John Mitchell's getting a bit excited.
And that he is. Here they come again. That one's going to drop over ahead. And it's back with Considine. Round Towers can clear it.
Can they bring it out this time now?
Up with Emma Clark. And Lorraine Power gives it back inside to Moira Flatty. Back with Power.
You got your corner forward fairly high up in the game there. Moira's done some good running.
And Mitchell's with plenty of players back behind the ball. Define comes deep for it. But they're going backwards a little bit here. Emma Clark sends it out onto the right hand side. And there's an opportunity. They've worked some space. And they've worked a nice point there from Nee Foley. And it's their second score of the half.
It's a good score, it was well worked. Some good runs up the middle there from Laura in the midfield.
It's back with Round Towers. It's back with Foley. Devine sends the ball along down that far side. It's with Clark. Needs a bit of help. Gets it again from the Clanagale full forward. That was a little bit telegraphed, but they got away with it. And there's an opportunity here. That's an excellent charge down. Still with Towers. Back with Devine. She had Roisin Kelly screaming for the ball on the inside. It's back with Clark. Devine sends a bit of a hopeful one in towards Foley. It's over ahead, and Mitchels can come away with it. And Faulkner has plenty of space. Gives to Skelly. Back with Faulkner. Out to McGarvey. Gives it back to Faulkner. Bit of space here. And that one is just going to drop into the arms of Sinead Coyle. An opportunity there for John Mitchels.
Yeah, they've left number 12 inside there, free and open to get an easy ball. Was lucky for Antara as it dropped short for Sinead to gather up. You can find all the links for today's games on our Facebook page and on our Instagram page as Britain LGFA if you want to follow any of the 3 games today. This is the first one at 12 o'clock. The second one is our junior final at 1:45 with the second semi-final in Newcastle at 2 o'clock.
All 3 games today live and free on YouTube for you. Dunedin Connolly's and Tacona Gales up in Newcastle. That throws in at 2 o'clock. And then straight after this one on this pitch, it's John Mitchels of Birmingham against Hugh O'Neill's of Leeds. It's the All Britain Junior final. We're hoping for a big crowd here down on our brand new pitch here at Park Naharan in Birmingham. This might well be one of the newest pitches, if not the newest pitch in the GEA that there is.
It's a fantastic pitch. I think it's been a great opportunity that, you know, Britain LGFA have been able to host their games here, and I want to thank Warwickshire and Mick Collins particularly, who helps us organise these games and who's been very good at giving us the pitches and helping us arrange our fixtures so we can stream them as well as have great facilities. So thank you.
Here come Towers.
Slip of the hands.
Yep. That's well mopped up by McGuinness, and away come Mitchels down this near side. O'Hare sends one into space.
No corner forward in there today. She must have come round Towers with it.
It was a little bit loose, but Sayers has it. But that one's lost. Back with McGuinness. That's McGarvey on a shoulder.
Good running in. And Tara's holding them out.
Back with McGuinness.
No mistake this time. What are we there now, Anthony?
And that point re-establishes a 7-point difference. 2-3 plays 2 points in favour of John Mitchels. And here they come again. It's with Skelly. And she makes no mistake, dinks it over at the bar. And 2-3 becomes 2-4.
Coyle was lucky there. She stood up to the John Mitchell player, and she was lucky that the player chipped it over her head and got the point rather than the goal.
And here they come again. A bit of deja vu. It's with McGuinness.
Wide.
And that one just tails to the right and wide. There's a bit of a complaint here on this near side. And I think our referee, Mark McLaughlin, has given that as a point. It certainly looked a point from here. Yep. Yep. It's given us a point.
Yep.
John Mitchell's 2-5, around Towers 2 points.
They're wasting no time in getting the ball back
Yep.
out.
Round Towers struggling to clear in this increasing breeze.
It's in space. It picks up the breeze and it dies off a little bit, but it's always there.
Here they come again. They're looking for Curley. It's going to run just ahead of her. Now, what can Towers do with this one? They win a free. Considine gets us underway.
Can they build from here now around Towers? She doesn't really have any support players with her at the minute. She's gone up the line.
Towers playing a two-player full forward line with Devine playing almost as an auxiliary midfielder. They're struggling to make it stick up front, and Mitchell's come away with it. It just looks there that I think Emma Sayers might need a bit of treatment here in this near side for a head injury.
She managed to dispossess John Mitchels as they were coming through, but got a knock in the process. She's holding the back of her head there for a minute. Mark is fairly confident in what he's seen. He's explaining how it all went down, so everybody's rehydrating, getting a bit of fuel into them.
Just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. This one has to be played. Can't shoot. As well charged down, goes out for a 45. The wind is certainly picking up now. It's a lot stronger than what it was. It's back with Roberts. What can the Tyrone corner forward do with this one? She's looking for movement. And Curley. It's going to drop to McGuinness. And back with Curley. It was an excellent strike. And it's another point for John Mitchels. The Dunamine full forward's got 1-2 now in this half. And it's a 10-point game. Just under 3 minutes to go to half time. Towers could do with a point. They could also do with a goal. It's with Devine.
Aideen carried that from deep.
Yeah. She had power on her shoulder. And the midfielder sends it over the bar. That's a much needed point for Round Towers.
Great work there with Aideen coming up through the middle. And nice pop off. Can they get this kick out now from John Mitchels and keep the ball up this half?
Mitchels.
Two extra steps.
Attacking down the middle. But they're pulled back. It's a free for Towers. It's quickly taken down on this near side. Chance for Roisin Hogan. Cuts back in. It was over Lorraine Power's head. They keep the ball.
They've worked it all the way back, took a re-attack, regroup.
It's out with Foley on that far side. And then Sheehan is going to drop one into the net.
What a great score and so badly needed in these dying stages of the first half. And there were a lot of John Mitchell defenders in there, throwing themselves in front of the ball, but not this time. They've got through.
The wing forward from Glamworth and Cork. That's a much needed goal for Round Towers.
Light the fire in the belly, I think. John Mitchell's coming again though.
It's now double scores. 2-6 plays 1-3. And we're just about moving into added time here in this first half. It's with McGuinness. Into Faulkner. She's crowded out, gets it back to McGuinness. Puts a left boot behind it and sends it straight over the black spot.
Good response there from John Mitchels. Bringing it all the way down, straight over the black spot.
And with that, our referee brings us to the half-time whistle. It's been an excellent half for John Mitchels.
Absolutely.
The Liverpool team lead here 2-7 to 1-3 at half-time. They will be playing into a ever stiffening breeze. I've got to say, it is picking up. It's just a question of how many points that breeze is going to be worth in this second half. We're going to find out in a few minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second half. Okay, welcome back everybody for this second half. And we are back with a scoreline of 2-7 to 1-3 in favour of John Mitchels. And we have 30 minutes to determine the first finalists for this year's All-Britain Intermediate Championship. And the question is, what can Round Towers do in this half an hour of game time? Because there was certainly one team in the ascendancy in that 30 minutes. And it's John Mitchels on the ball. But away come Round Towers. And they'll be looking to start this second half in the same way they finished the first half. They needed that Jennifer Sheehan goal to get them back in with a fighting chance. And here they come. And it's with Lorraine Power, the midfielder. Foley goes cross field, trying to get back on her right foot. Hands it off. With a strike that goes straight over the bar. That's an excellent start from Round Towers, and it's Sheehan again. Gets them going in this second half.
Round Towers needed that score to get their second half campaign on to a run, so that's well done. If they can defend getting this ball out, they'll work it back in, I'm sure. Yep. They're at it again.
And here they come again. Recycle back as far as Considine. Brings it inside the 45. Hands it off to Clark. And it's over for Devine. And that one is going to drop onto the crossbar and over. 2 in a row. (2-7) plays 1-5.
It's a good start from Round Towers.
And they have it again. It's with the Moore Rovers wing back. And Foley sends it in. And that's a decent strike. It's off the crossbar. And Mitchell survive. That one could have gone anywhere.
That was a good run in from Roisin Kelly to grab that. Unfortunately dropping or hitting the bar.
Come Mitchells again. Up with Roberts, wins a free. Just a chance here for John Mitchels to settle things down, Patricia, because it's been a bit of a hairy start for them in this second half.
It has. Round Towers have come out with a fire in their belly that I'm not quite sure was there in the first half. They're ready to go this time, and I think John Mitchell will get a bit of a fright. They settle themselves down with this one.
Yep.
Ref centering her back a bit.
Yeah, Roberts recycling the ball. It's back with Ethan Murray. Or Ethan Murphy, sorry.
Some great kicks in there from John Mitchels.
Yeah. And back with Roberts. Rides one challenge, doesn't have to ride the second, wins a free.
Round Towers not going to let them in as easy this time. They're strong in their defence. And can Ryan put this one over? No, Roberts, is it?
Yep. It's the corner forward from Eden Dork in Tyrone. Puts a boot behind it. It's going to hit the bar though. It's anyone's. It's well turned over the bar. On the rebound. And that's the first point, the second half for John Mitchels.
It's 2 times, so both teams have hit the crossbar in the first few minutes of the second half.
Yep. Louise Curley was quickest to that. Gets another point from full forward. Now backward around Towers. Out on this near side. Out to Aileen McGill. Plenty of space to bring this over the 45.
Yeah, space they have this half that they didn't have the last half.
Nope. It's back with Kelly. And recycle back to Lorraine Power. She might fancy a shot here. And she'll take the free.
Mark brings it back where the advantage was.
To bring it back to 5 points. Stephanie Dunn. And we're right behind that. It's going to drop though.
Plenty of bodies in there.
Just for a second, it looked like Mitchels had survived that. But Round Towers have their second goal, and it's Shauna Ryan.
And they carry that ball out and didn't keep it in close enough to the chest, I think. It was a very easy steal from Round Towers, who were not going to make any mistakes. Brings it back there now, yeah.
And from out of the blue, the team in blue is right back in this. 2-8 plays 2-5. There's a 3-point game. And there's a lot of time on the clock.
There's everything to play for in this semi-final, isn't there?
Yeah, there certainly is. Now, what can Mitchels do? That's a good ball forward into space with Roberts, and it looks like Roberts is going to pick up a free here. Just under 40 meters out, slight angle, sends it in. This one's going to drop to the left and drops wide.
And the wind is at an angle, it's not directly.
It is, it's going diagonal pretty much across field from this near side over to the far side and over to the far corner that Round Towers are defending. But it is in Round Towers' favour if it's in anybody's favour in this second half. But to be fair, they've been unrecognisable from their first half performance. And they've got themselves well back into this semi-final.
Some strong words from Michael Marr at half-time, no doubt. Seems to have done the trick.
There's a run from Lorraine Power, but that was well defended by John Mitchels. And it's back with Nolene Conway.
Strong run up the centre there.
There's plenty of space for O'Hare. Back with McGarvey. And then back to McGuinness. Just a chance here for Mitchels to settle it down a little bit. Curley's crowded out. Sends it over. It's with Conway. And Faulkner comes under pressure. Hands it inside to McGuinness. Looking for help. Gets it from Skelly. And from one Moville player to another Moville player. It's a point for John Mitchels. Four points between them. And the ball back with the London champions. Here they come again. It's hit inside with power.
Towers really working it in this time. I think the last half there was a bit more kicking involved. They're definitely a bit more controlled with their hand passing.
Yep.
Holding the ball up a bit more. That one went astray on them, unfortunately.
And it looks as though Anna Doyle is on for this second half for John Mitchels. It was a good interception there from the Breeder defender from down. Ryan Towers have won it back, and the momentum is with them. This one's going to bounce over some heads. Chance for Devine to get on it. It's being watched by Purcell all the way. Now it's good defending by the fullback. Goes out for a wide.
The all-weather pitch allows the ball to bounce. I think if we were on a grass pitch today, there'd be very little bouncing.
Yep. It'll be straight in the mud if it was on a grass pitch today.
And that bounce can be crucial in any game.
Here come Towers. They've got some space here. It's just behind Kelly. She gives it out to Lorraine Power, who can strike this one. Oh, it's just held to the right and wide. It's a second wide of the half around Towers. And they just needed that to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, they need to keep it going this second half. You know, the game is only a few minutes in.
Yeah, we've got about 20 minutes left on the clock.
So a good 10-minute start won't win any games for them. But they're ready to defend this ball coming at them.
As well taken by Anna Doyle. Murphy gives it to McGuinness. Out to Roberts. It was an excellent turn. Back for McGuinness. Up for McGarvey. Needs a bit of help. She's going to get it from Faulkner. That one's also gone out.
One wide.
It's two wides apiece in this second half. A chance here for Towers to come down the middle. Devine had come looking for it. Clark decides to hand it away to Lydia Kenny.
Need to work it in.
It's back with Kenny. That one's a little bit wild. And that one's sliced wide.
They've only one person in on the edge of the square there. The rest of the players were well out, so they're taking their shots from a fair distance. They're having to work it in. It's a lot of hard work for them.
See there Lydia Kenny wearing 24 from Kilmacock Crokes in Dublin. On up front for Ryan Towers. Here she is. Hands it off to Devine. She had power on her outside. And that one has looped into the back of the net. It's a 1-point game.
All to play for. 20 minutes to go.
2-9 plays 3-5.
John Mitchels have this.
That's well taken by McGuinness.
twins coming up here, the middle, number 10 and 11.
McGuinness to McGuinness. Up for Roberts. It's a good turn by the Tyrone corner forward. She's away.
Ooh.
Can't quite find the mark. And they're struggling to land their scores in this second half, Patricia.
They are. They're just not going the direction that they need them to go. There's a few off to the side, which is in Round Tower's favour. But if John Mitchels want to hold on to this small lead, they'll have to steady themselves when they're taking their shots, I think.
It's Mitchels by 1. It's an All-Britain semi-final here in Birmingham. And it's Round Towers on the ball. There's a nice handoff from O'Flaherty. And that is an equalising score for Round Towers.
Well, that's it. What was it, 10 points?
It was
difference in the first half?
It was near enough, 10 points at one stage.
The Round Towers have worked hard to get back into it. John Mitchels just need to settle now and get themselves back in the game. All Britain final day is Saturday the 4th of November. Depending on who our champions will be, we'll decide the location, but which one of these teams will be in it, I wonder. Hard call.
It's Moira O'Flaherty from Kerry who's brought the teams level. Here comes McGuinness.
Speed of McGuinness.
Up to McGarvey. There's a bit of space here. That was well defended. It was well watched by Sayers. And all the momentum is with the London champions here. Can they find a lead?
There's acres of space for them running down that far line. Aideen is coming out with that again.
Good ball from Devine into Power. It's up with Kenny. She's got a boot behind it. And that one sails over the bar.
What a great score. I think that was her left foot over her shoulder almost. So a great score.
Good to see Shannon Keating coming onto the field wearing 20. Coming on for Faulkner. So an attacking change for John Mitchels. And they need to salvage something here because this game is starting to go away from them a little bit. And in a strange sort of way, it kind of mirrors the Holloway Gales semi-final from last year. Back with Kelly on this near side. Has Kenny on her shoulder. That one's going to ask a lot of Devine.
John Mitchell's break this one out and get it past the halfway line. Can with McGuinness.
McGuinness driving forward. Takes on 2 of them. Needs a bit of help. Gets it from Keating. And the substitute. Back with Curley. Wins a free. And a chance to bring the teams level.
Strong shoulder there from Sayers onto the John Mitchell player, which rightly gives John Mitchell's a free there from the ref. They need this score.
They certainly do. It's going to be entrusted to Curley. She has 1-3 so far in this match. Good strike. An excellent strike.
Great score.
That's a point for John Mitchels.
I don't think there was any doubt in that. She struck that with confidence and she struck it with a lot of power. There was no wind going to take that one. She's back in again.
Inside. Oh, excellent charge down. But our referee has awarded a penalty.
She dived on that ball and she got it the first time round.
I was just about to say that free from Curley was our first set piece score of the afternoon. Are we about to see our second? going to be Laura Roberts. From St Malachy's Eden Dork. Up against Sinead Coyle. Here she comes. She finds the back of the net.
There's no mistake there. Coyle went the right way and everything.
She did.
Just didn't get down.
It was an excellent penalty right in the corner of the net.
Well taken. That gave John Mitchels a bit of a cushion for now.
It's John Mitchels 3-10, Round Towers 3-7. Just when it looked as though this game was about to get away from John Mitchels, they've come back. They've hit 1-1 in quick succession. And they've got their lead back now. Can they hold on to it as we move into the last 12 minutes or so of this semi-final? It's back with Towers and back with Clark. She wins a free.
Hand in there by Skelly. Illegal tackle from behind.
That's a nice ball from Clark. Just evades Niamh Foley.
Very unfortunate there. She had managed to skip in behind them all.
After a little bit of consultation, it's given us a wide ball. Mitch is going to bring it out onto this near side. Another excellent take from Doyle. She's had a good start coming off the bench in this second half. Sends it over to Nolene Conway. And Conway gets the ball back. Nice link-up play from Mitchels. And they'll be hoping that third goal will settle them down. That's a free out for Round Towers. Called for over-carrying. Just a reminder for those of you joining us today on YouTube, we have 3 live games for you. This is the first one. We have our second intermediate semi-final up in Newcastle, throws in at 2 o'clock. And that's between the North of Britain intermediate champions Dunedin Conleys of Edinburgh against the London runners-up to Connor Gales. You can join the team up there in the northeast just before 2 o'clock. And here in Birmingham, the 1:45 throw-in, it's the junior final. It's John Mitchels of Birmingham against Hugh O'Neills of Leeds. In the meantime, it's the London champions. It's Round Towers on the ball. And there was an effort from Roisin Kelly, but it's stabbed to the left and wide. And the gap remains 3.
Just over 10 minutes left in this, and it's really hard to call it. It really is.
I did use the phrase deja vu before. It is very much deja vu of that Holloway Gales John Mitchell semi-final of last year. That went right to the limit. A late goal from Holloway Gales sending them into the final. And John Mitchell will be desperate to avoid that this time around. They have their noses in front. It's all a question of what Round Towers can do in this last 10 minutes. It's with Considine. That one's a little bit loose. There's an opportunity here for Mitchells if they want to break quickly.
Yeah, it was a kick out from John Mitchels that went all the way to the line, and Round Towers have lost it again after that line kick ball.
Ashley McGuinness. Back with Curley.
They're holding it up for the right move.
And that one's well charged down. Flaherty over on the far side.
Coming out strong with that ball.
Got away from Skelly, into space.
Playing it right over the far line.
Side for Lorraine Power. Folds plays it forward.
Vital touch from John Mitchels, but both
coming
players
together.
went in.
Coming together.
Oh.
And the referee plays on. And it looks to me as though Niamh Foley has just levelled this semi-final. We're going to have to wait and see here because there was a clash off the ball between two Mitchels players. We'll just see what our referee Mark McLaughlin awards here.
Yeah, it was 1 Round Towers on 2 John Mitchels, and
because that did look to me like a clash of heads, and normally you'd expect the game to be stopped. But Niamh Foley wasn't to know that, and she went on and put the ball in the net.
She wasn't taking any chances. She had her opportunity. She was going to bury it. Cool, calm and collected, just straight into the bottom pocket. Referee is consulting with his umpires. This will add some time onto our final whistle.
Niamh Foley, one of 2 more Rovers players in this Round Towers team. Aoife Power at cornerback, the other one.
It's taking a few minutes for John Mitchell girl to get up there. I hope there's no serious injuries.
But it does look to me, Patricia, that Mark's gone and awarded the goal here. I think we're level.
All to play for. And only 7 minutes to go. It's been a riveting game, I must say. I wasn't sure how, after the first half, how this was going to play out, but Round Towers have come out a different team. John Mitchell's aren't prepared to lie down though, but level pegging. Two girls back up.
Yep, it's good to see. Oh, I think Sinead Purcell's gone back down again. I'm not sure she's right here.
Two Mitchells need to make a substitution here.
They only have 5 on the bench.
Yeah, hit with a lot of injuries, I think. Knee injuries this season in the latter few weeks is Mitchels.
Round Towers with 19 on their bench. They have plenty to call on.
Yes, number 3 for John Mitchels has come off there, Purcell.
There's an excellent interception from Laura Folds.
And the substitute was carrying it out there.
Yep. And Kelly sends one over to the far side. It's a little bit to nowhere. But we're in the last 5 minutes. And we are all level. It's Round Towers 4-7. John Mitchell's 3-10. Who's going to get a winner? Back with the London champions. Back with Shauna Ryan. This one looks good. And it is good. And it's a lead for Round Towers.
Is that the first time this game?
I think it's the 3rd time this game that they've gone ahead. They won't mind that too much. The most important thing now is they want to keep hold of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back with Ashley McGuinness.
She's playing deep.
Brings it over halfway.
Great running.
She's away here if she wants to keep going.
She's her sister there on her left.
And they combine. She's got a great chance. It's an excellent strike, and that is the score of the game to bring us level.
Absolutely. A run all the way from the 14-yard line to put it over the bar.
That was inspirational from the sisters from Moville. It's back with Round Towers now. It's back with McGill. Into Clark, back to McGill again. She's got room to move into if she wants to. Gives it back inside. It's back with Emma Clark. And the Tyrone wing back brings it back. Back to Lorraine Power. Devine had come deep. But that one from Roisin Kelly is a superb reply from Round Towers, and they go back into the lead.
Some big scores there today. Another big strong kick from Kelly.
An excellent strike from the Mayo half forward.
Round Towers sub bench is really there encouraging and driving their team on.
We have about 2 minutes left in this semi-final. It's a 1-point game.
Does Aisling have another run in her all the way up?
No, but this might drop to a sister. But that was well mopped up from Round Towers. And it's back with Considine. And Considine not being challenged here. And it comes out on this near side. It's back with Foley. Is she going to hit another one? She cuts back in.
Oh.
And she puts it wide. How big will that be come the end?
Another John Mitchels lady has gone down there. She got a vital goal before. But
she did. For all money, that looked in the back of the net.
It did.
It's Roisin Kelly's point that separates the teams. And her clubmate from back home in Mayo will be playing for Hugh O'Neill's, Carol Hegarty. She'll be wearing number 8 for the Leeds team. Later this afternoon on this pitch, as they take on John Mitchels of Birmingham in the junior final. And you'll be able to see that live here with us on YouTube. There is time for Mitchels. We don't want to take too long, because we're just about moving into added time.
Which I say there could be 5 minutes with the...
It could well be, yep. It's with Sheehan. It's a good run. She keeps it. Gives it back to Considine.
Holding it up, not diving in.
Back with the Dublin Lydia Kenny. Drives it on. Had Devine on the shoulder. Gives it to Devine. It's going to come back this way, back to Considine. And back with Kelly. And McGill.
There's no rush in here, taking their time, Round Towers.
Considine gives it to Power. You see Kelly calling for it out on this near side. But there's no rush here for Towers. They're a point ahead. And they're a little bit fortunate to win a free there. Oh, she was dwelling slightly on the ball a little bit.
McGarvey was getting that ball and Round Towers get a free out of that.
It's always a dangerous thing to dwell on the ball in this game. Round Towers get the free. It's back with Power. Wayne Power hands it off to Devine. And Folds gives it to Clark. And it's going through the hands. And Power has Considine behind her.
John Mitchells are really putting up their defence.
Yeah, but Round Towers win a free. And this will take a few precious seconds off the clock. We are well into added time now. It's just a question of just how much.
It's Roisin Kelly down.
Always a dangerous question, Patricia, but if you had to pick a player of the match, if I put you on the spot.
I would have to say, I think, Ashley McGuinness. She's done some superb running, and that last one there for the point for John Mitchells from the 14-yard line all the way through. It
certainly was. That was an inspirational point at a key time for Mitchells. At the moment, it looks like it won't be enough for them.
No, will this sail up and over? They've got a good wind.
In it comes. It's going to drop, and it's going to fall. It's an excellent block.
Excellent block.
Keeps Mitchells in this semi-final. Now what can they do? They need to move. There is not a lot of time left.
They need to regroup. No one up the line there for...
No. It's back with Emma Clark. And the Tyrone wing back settles Round Towers down again.
They've got to hold this ball.
Yep. Considine holds on. Towers win a free. And all they got to do is keep hold of the ball. And they're into a final. Keeping all eyes on the referee.
And there
we don't need to, because he's blown the full-time whistle. And it's Round Towers who are our first team into this year's All Britain Intermediate Football Championship final. They've won it by a point. It was an excellent second half comeback.
Fantastic, fantastic. You have to give it to John Mitchells, who set the bar high in the first half, and we're just unfortunate couldn't maintain that for the second. It was a new team that came out for Round Towers, I think, in the second half.
It certainly was. It was chalk and cheese from that first half performance.
Absolutely.
It's hard luck on John Mitchells. It's another semi-final that just evades them at the last. But congratulations to Round Towers.
Absolutely.
The London champions will be back in a fortnight's time, and they will play the winners of Dunedin Connolly's and Tacona Gales, who throw in at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Don't forget, you can watch that live and free on YouTube.
In our next game, we've got John Mitchells Birmingham warming up right in front of us, haven't we?
We certainly do. We are minutes away from our first provincial final of the year. It's the junior final, and it's John Mitchells of Birmingham against Hugh O'Neills of Leeds. That throws in just about 30 minutes' time. But right now, it's celebration time for Round Towers. The new London champions have backed it up with a semi-final win. It was tight. It was dramatic.
Absolutely.
But they've done the job they needed to do. And they go back down to London to prepare for a final in 2 weeks' time. So all that's left to say is thank you for joining us for this first game. And we will be back in a few minutes' time for the big one today, the junior final, Mitchells against O'Neills. We will see you in a few minutes' time.
Fucking